Hello students, my name is Prerna and I'm your EVS teacher. And today from your EVS book Enviro, we are going to be reading chapter number 7. Now we have already read about out of the three we have read about the two necessities of life, that is the food and the clothing. So in this next chapter, we are going to be reading about shelter. We are going to be talking about the homes or the houses that we live in. So this is chapter number 7 and the name of the chapter is Houses to Live In. Alright, let us start reading this chapter. It says your parents want to construct a house in the nearby town or city. This is a small activity, okay? What will they need? Take the correct picture. So let us read this chapter first to find out that what all will be required to build a house. Houses are the place where we live in. A house protects us from heat, cold, rain, thieves, animals, etc. Like in the previous chapter, we read that clothes also protect us from heat, cold, wind, rain, etc. How a house or a shelter protects us from not just the heat, cold, or rain, but from thieves and even from animals. We feel comfortable and safe in our house. Now we're going to study about different kind of houses. It says there are 3 different kind of houses. First is a permanent house, or these are also called as pakka house which are built in a strong manner. How? Because they are made of bricks, stones, cement and steel. So they are strong and long lasting. Alright, so a house which is made from all these material like the bricks or the stones or cement or steel, these are known as permanent house or pakka houses. Why? Because the material from which they are built, it is very strong. It keeps the house intact. Alright, and then you have certain pictures shown here of the pakka house. Then you have temporary houses. What is the meaning of the word temporary? Means something which is there only for a short span of time. These houses are also called as kacha houses. They are made of wood, bamboo or mud, and they are not strong and long lasting. And because they are not strong and long lasting, they are called as kacha houses or temporary houses. Given below are the images of certain kacha houses. See, this is a house made of wood. Then there's a house made of wood and leaves, made of bamboo branch and made of straw and mud. But what is it that makes them temporary houses? Why is this raw material? What is the problem with the raw material used in these houses? The problem out here is that if there is a strong wind, this material, the straw, let's say these straws that you see here, these are likely to get blown away. Or if there is heavy rain, it might happen that the water starts seeping inside the house, and that is why these are kacha houses. One very interesting type of houses you have is movable house. Have you ever heard of these? If not, let's read about these. The houses which can move from one place to another are called movable houses. Imagine you pick up your house and you shift it to some other place. Is that possible? No, because we are living in a permanent house. Let's study this more deeply to understand how can a house move or what are these movable houses. These houses are also called as special houses. Some of them are a tent. So for example, you've gone for camping and you've put a tent there. For any reason you want to change your location of camping. Can you move that, pick up that tent and move to another place? Of course. Then you have caravan. A caravan is the house on wheels. Mostly the people who live in deserts, they live in caravans. Then you have houseboat. If you've never been, if you've never, I would say, stayed in a houseboat, you've missed on something very, very interesting. You can go to probably the areas of Jammu Kashmir or maybe in the southern part of our country, in Kerala, places like Kerala. You must spend probably 2 or 3 days in a houseboat. It is a great feeling, and how I can say that because I've experienced it. So next time you plan a vacation with your family, plan it maybe in the southern part of India, northern part of India, where you can stay in a houseboat with your family. A houseboat is a floating house on a lake, in a lake. And these are found in Kashmir or in Kerala. So here you can see the images of movable houses. This is a tent. And where do we mostly find it? Maybe in the forest areas. Then you have caravans, which is mostly used by house people. The movable house caravan is mostly used by people who are living in deserts. And then you have houseboat, all right, used by people living in Kashmir or Kerala. The next topic that we discuss about is the roof of the house. It is the topmost portion of the house. Houses have different shapes of roofs. In plains and dry areas, people build houses with flat roofs. You can see these flat roofs, right? Why? Because these are plain and dry areas. Houses on hills and cool places have sloping roofs so that the water and the rain, it can slide easily. So generally what happens, let's say there's a snowfall. So if that snow gets accumulated, if it gets collected on the rooftop, it's going to be a problem. So the slanting roof or the sloping roof, it allows that snow or that water to slide easily. All right. So you can see the sloping roof and then you have the flat roof. So now we've studied about the different type of houses, the roof of the house. Next we talk about building a house. It says people build houses according to the weather that they live in. They use building materials that are easily found in the area. Before building a house, people make a plan on a paper. In your higher classes, you will study about all the people who are involved in making of a house, like an architect, an engineer, probably an ironsmith, a glass maker, so many people, a plumber, an electrician, so many people involved in making a single house. So there's a small plan which is given here. So you see, there's a storeroom, there's bedroom, and then there's a courtyard. So like this house, it has 2 bedrooms, right? Then there's a kitchen, the washrooms, drawing room. So all the basic necessities are first drawn on a piece of paper, all right? Then there are many people who help us in making the house. Something that I was telling you right now: architect, labor, mason, carpenter, painter, electrician. So, what is the job of the architect? It is the architect who makes the entire design. That this is the at this location there will be a bedroom. Okay, then whether the house can have a courtyard or not, how many washrooms can fit in a particular area. I mean, let's say the area of the house is very limited. How many washrooms can be built? How many bedrooms can be built? How spacious should be the kitchen? Where should be the dining room? This entire plan is made by an architect on a piece of paper. So once this entire plan is there and it is discussed with an engineer, then comes the role of labor, who actually, based on that plan, they start building the house. They start constructing the house, the labor and the mason. Then carpenter, because every house would require some or the other wooden work to be done. Plumber and electrician, two another very important people in the construction of a house. How the entire water is to be, how the route of the water is to be done. It is done by the plumber. Electrician, how the or where all the electrical fittings should be done. It is the electrician who can help you with that. And then painter, of course, who would beautify the house with color of our choice. For example, for most of you, the children's room, it would have a different color, a different wallpaper, right? And maybe in your parents' room, it's a different color. So a painter is someone who beautifies your house. And then you study about more people in higher class, like an interior designer and some other people. All right. So what you can do is, maybe you can also have a look at your house and see, and maybe you can, just by looking at your house on a piece of paper, you can redesign your house. Maybe you can think that, oh, what if dining area can be shifted? All right. So you can be the architect in the making. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. And I hope you enjoyed reading this chapter. Happy living.